YouTube? It's your man BG Tech Life, and today I'm bringing a video for, I like to say, your average consumer. The average person that goes into a cell phone store and wants to pick up a new device, and that person that likes the Samsung devices. Right now, in the stores, what you're gonna find is some of the latest Samsung flagships, which I have here. Starting from oldest to newest, got the Note 9, S10 Plus, and the Note 10 Plus. Now, I just want to explain the difference to everybody, because I know there's a lot of YouTube videos out there on these devices, very in depth and involving all the specs and things of that nature. But for the average consumer that just want to know some of the basic differences between these devices, and if they are for you, I am here. So we're just gonna go over some basic things about these devices. Some of the biggest differences on these devices basically right now are the build. So first, per se, okay, now we got my Galaxy Note 10 Plus here. It's the latest Samsung flagship. They have the Note 10 also, but I have the Note 10 Plus. I advise anybody that's not against big phones, that's buying, the new Note series, to get the Plus, unless you just hate big phones. But as you can see, it's got a different build. We're not even gonna worry about colors too much. It's just got a different build or brick. I'm gonna show you the difference between this phone and the other phones. This phone, as you can see, it's got a triple camera setup. Actually, and it's vertical. It's not horizontal, it's vertical setup. Got your flash, time of flight sensor specific to the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And the time of flight sensor is basically AR type stuff. If you're not really into a lot of AR and doing that AR emoji stuff, it's kind of like gimmicky right now to me. But that's the difference as far as the Note 10 Plus. It's got a triple camera setup, even though the S10 Plus has a triple camera setup, doesn't have that time of flight sensor. But we're just gonna keep getting into it. The Note 10 Plus doesn't have a headphone jack. As you can see, no headphone jack on the bottom, so that could be a big thing for you. No headphone jack. So knowing when you go to buy this device, you're gonna be using a dongle. As people say, you're gonna be on dongle life with the Note 10 Plus. Now, as you can see, if you look off to the side, to the left of the display are the only buttons on this device. You've basically got a power button, which powers the device on, and if you hold the button down, it is for Bixby. And you got a volume rocker on the side of the device. So that's something new with Samsung. It's something new. The buttons actually being to the left, and only two buttons on the left. The right side is clean on the device. So that's something that's very different. Something you got to get used to. And a lot of people coming from previous Samsung devices will mistake this for the Bixby button. Or if you use multiple Samsung devices, like now I make a mistake and hit the Bixby button on my S10, because this is where the Bixby button is. But only two physical buttons, a volume rocker and the power on button / Bixby button on this Note 10 Plus. I'm sorry. Now, compared to the Note 10 Pro, the Note 10 Plus, I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Pro, but the S10 Plus actually does have a headphone jack. So if that's something big for you, that'll be the reason that you want to, maybe go with the S10 Plus, because it has a headphone jack. It's got a power button still on the right side. It's got volume up and down, and the Bixby button, which can be remapped, and Samsung is doing different things with remapping it and things of that nature. But both glass backs, both very fragile, both fingerprint magnets. Like I said, as you can see, I'm gonna set this Note 9 to the side. You got horizontal, vertical. I actually like the vertical style of the Note 10 Plus better. It looks a little more streamlined. This just looks big and bulky, and in a way, the three cameras on the back of the S10 Plus. I never really liked it, how the camera setup look. I like this camera setup on the Note 10 Plus a lot better. But like I said, S10 Plus still has a headphone jack, and that's all cool and everything. So, you know, you still use that headphone jack, or that's big, something big to you, of course, you're gonna, you know what I mean, you're gonna like the S10 Plus. Now what the S10 Plus don't have right here is your S Pen. No S Pen on the S10 Plus, of course. You know, that's a big difference. You know, my S Pen folks, my stylist folks, this is our lane right here. If you're a stylist or S Pen type person, this is your lane. You know, the phone with the S Pen. But I'm gonna put that away. On the front, our differences. As you can see, with the S10 Plus and Note 10 Plus, we have the punch hole, like, you know, the camera setup, the hole punch. Like with my S10 Plus, you got a dual camera hole. Let me get it to come back on. S10 Plus, you got a dual camera hole, because it's got dual front-facing cameras and whatnot, and it takes a good selfie. You know, I'm not gonna say it's better than the Note 10 Plus. The Note 10 Plus actually takes a really good selfie. Takes the best selfie that Samsung has came up with, in my opinion, right now. But it has, you know, for depth of view, so you can get that nice portrait mode selfie, even though you can do that on the Note 10 Plus. But as you can see, it's set off to in the corner, and you know, it's set off to the right side in the corner, dual hole punch. Camera setup on the front. Now, Note 10, single hole punch, front-facing camera setup right in the middle. Now, this is basically, you know, what your preference is, what you like. You know, whatever, you know, however you feel, whatever you think looks better to you, that's your choice. Now, I'm going to bring the Note 9 into the party, because the Note 9 is still a great device and still in stores and still something you can pick up and definitely utilize. So, let's talk about some differences here. The Note 9 is more old school. So you see, got a dual camera setup on the back, a physical fingerprint scanner, which a lot of people would appreciate, because the fingerprint scanners on the fingerprint scanner on the S10 Plus, when I first got it, was really misfiring, getting kind of annoying. But it's got better over time. And with the release of the Note 10 Plus, it works better in the in-display fingerprint scanner, but it's almost there. But it still needs a little work on the speed. But it's almost right there. You just gotta have the right technique. It's got much better than the S10 Plus. But here, this is perfection. This fingerprint scanner on the back is definitely perfection if you're more of the old school type cell phone device user. If you are in tradition and you like having a physical, you know, if you like having a physical, something you can put your finger on the back, that's definitely there for you on the Note 9, and it definitely works flawlessly like every time. Now on the bottom, as you can see of this device, we got the S Pen, and we still have the headphone jack, which is, you know, definitely dope. So you can still, you know, just to get, if you want a Note and you want to use an S Pen and you want some stylus type functionality, you don't have to buy the newest Note. As far as pricing go, you can get this on pretty much a deal. You can get this used for about $500. I done seen people post that they were selling their Notes for like $450, Note 9s for like $450. You could get the S10 Plus. You could probably get, there's a lot of deals in store, and you could probably get one used, I'm guessing under $700, around $700, between $600 and $700. The Note 10 Plus right now, I just had to spend $10.99 on it. That's just what it's going to be for right now, unless you get some type of store credits or you're doing something slick with Samsung. You're not going to be able to just, you know, go out and buy a pre-owned one, you know, for a really good discounted rate. So you can really catch a deal on this Note 9 though. So I mean, basically your physical differences, you know, with these devices is this has a whole, you know, the S10 Plus has the hole punch off into the corner, dual hole punch. Note 10 hole punch in the middle. This device is still rocking bezels. As you can see, it's still rocking bezels. you know, not super huge, but it's bezels there. And you know, we getting bezel season is over. Bezels are getting canceled, so you know, that's just what it is as far as, you know, the Note 9. It still has bezels, but as you can see, everybody's trying to avoid using bezels. That's, you know, we're going into 2020, so that's, you know, you future proofing yourself, getting one of these phones with a, you know, a punch hole, and you getting way more screen. Now, as far as screens go, right now the Note 10 Pro honestly is the screen GOAT. It's got a 6.8 inch screen. It's the biggest out of this little set. You know, these phones right here. You got the 6.8 inch screen on the Note 10 Pro. You got a 6.4 inch screen on your Note 9, and let's cut these both on so we can get a look at them. Yeah, like it's bigger. You can see the phone is almost in the same footprint, but you're getting way much more screen on your Note 10. And you're getting with the S10 Plus, you're getting 6.3 inches, and it's a very nice screen. But you know, the Note 10 Pro is, you know, beasting this screen right here. It's way bigger than this screen. So, you know, you're getting way, if you're into having a lot of screen, definitely your Note 10 Pro is where you're going, you know, want to, I mean, the Note 10 Plus. I don't know why I keep calling it the Pro. The Plus is where you're going to want to go, for real, honestly. And as far as, you know, a couple other features that I've noticed, as far as this device has new S Pen features. The Note 10 Plus does. Your Note 9 has S Pen features too that are very similar for the most things that people do with S Pens. You can do with the Note 9. You know, some of the new features for the Note 10 Plus are gimmicky with the S Pen. You can basically get the same use out of each of these devices with your S Pen, because, you know, the only difference is certain little remote type stuff you might do, and it's kind of gimmicky, and I don't use it on the Note 10 Plus. I use my S Pen on my Note 10 Plus just like I used it on the Note 9. Now, with that being said, as far as the build go, the quality on the S Pen is man, it's better. Like, the S Pen on the Note 10 Plus is better than the Note 9. I've noticed it's smaller, but I'm a person that pulls out my S Pen and clicks it all the time. So this Note Pen on the Note 9 was thicker. It was definitely thicker, and it when I was clicking it, it would get stuck every now and again. Like it would get stuck down like this. But with this one, it's smaller, but it feels more premium in quality to me for some reason. This feels thicker but hollow. This is like definitely a more quality S Pen. The mechanism inside seems a lot stronger, so I definitely like the S Pen on the Note 10 Plus over the Note 9. But still, you can do the same thing, basically, you know, your basic stylist needs, you know, for your art or for your note taking, you can definitely do the same thing. As you can see, like I said, if you're a stylist person, you're just gonna count this guy out here, the S10 Plus. We got spam risk, got spam calling me. Shout out to AT&T for blocking the spam. But yeah, definitely, guys. I mean, you can still get a perfectly good Note 9 used for a great price and get some real usability out of it. The Note 10 Plus is definitely a beast though. And as far as the display goes, it's like the display GOAT right now. It is much better than the Note 9 to me. It just, you know, the Note 9 performance wise is still a good device. It still runs, you know, really good. But the Note 10 Plus is just like super smooth. Like, it's just, I don't have hiccups on this phone, but this phone is better. This phone is good, and I never had no problems with it. But this one is just better as far as performance go. This Note 10 Plus is very smooth. Probably the best performing Samsung phone that has come out as of yet. Just like this one is a very smooth, great device as far as performance go. All of them, you can't go wrong with the performance, with the screens, or with the cameras. All of them have great cameras. I say this front-facing camera is lackluster. The Note 9's front-facing camera is lackluster compared to the S9. I mean, I'm sorry, the S10 Plus and the Note 10 Plus. They both dog the Note 9 on the front-facing camera. The front-facing camera on the Note 9 it's just really soft. But you know, outside of that, the Note 9 is still a great performer. It was just for you guys going into these cell phone stores and trying to purchase one of these devices, and you know, just getting going in there, kind of knowing what you're looking for, knowing what you're looking at. Because these days, you know, I go into cell phone stores just like everybody else, or probably more than everybody else. But the folks that work in retail cell phone stores, they're not really into cell phones like some of us are, and they don't know. So I'm just giving you a little guide to what's really going on without a lot of specs, without confusing you. You know what I'm saying? You can still get the Note 9, still got an S Pen, still headphone jack, still physical fingerprint scanner on the back. You could get a Note 10 Plus, and you can get, you know, the best of the best, cream of the crop, but no headphone jack. S10 Plus, best of the best headphone jack, but no S Pen because it's not a Note. But this is your man BG Tech Life. I appreciate you watching. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And I hope that helped you pick out your next device. It's your man BG. I'm out. Peace.